then ain't nobody perfect. Something in my mind makes me think then ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect.
I got caught cheating. Welcome back, Jgirlbyooty fam bam. How are you guys all doing today? If you guys are new or returning, hi. My name is Janelle. Thank you so much for coming back. Can you guys do me the biggest favor? Hit that like button. It's down there and it's on your left. If you're looking at me like this, it's on your left hand side, and it's a thumbs up, and then it has a thumbs up and it has a thumbs down. Hit that like button so it helps me out. It'll go to the YouTube feed and people will get to recognize my video and they'll be able to see it the more likes that I get. So thank you so much. And you guys know it only takes you about a minute to do so, and it's free, and nothing is free in this world. So that's it. Be the fam bam and do me that flavor. Thanks. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't been, or you're not, so you guys won't miss a video. Hit that bell so you'll know when I post a video. Like I said, I have more videos to come out with and share a few stories of my life and what's happened and what the trials that I went through and what the funny times have done, and sometimes good, sometimes bad, you know. So today I have a story time for y'all. I got caught cheating. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. I'm gonna use this palette, BFF by Alondra and Elsie from BH Cosmetics, and I will be telling you the story while I'm putting on my makeup, so I'm not going to be talking about what I'm doing, but I think for the most part everybody knows what to do. Blend, right? Windshield wiper motions, patting, whatever you guys prefer to do, just do it, you know. And if you guys are gonna do your makeup as well as you're listening to my story or whatever, get some popcorn, get some Coke, get you a drink, because we'll be here a while. So anyways, me and my ex-husband, second time he cheated on me. He started working. Every time he would start working, he would start staying with his grandparents, and then he would end up working and then cheating on me, where he would find these girls maybe in employment. If not, I don't know, don't care. Anyways, he would end up always going out with someone, dating. So I wouldn't know though. I wouldn't know he was cheating. He would just say that he was staying away from me at the moment, that we were separated, I guess, and he was just staying with the grandparents, and he wasn't cheating on me or nothing. He was just having some time, alone time or whatever. Okay, whatever that means, right? And so a days goes by, you know, like when your family is not gonna tell, you know, your fiance, your girlfriend, your wife that your grandson's cheating, right? You're not gonna say. You're just gonna stay quiet. You're gonna act like nothing's going on. Even if she asks, you know, you don't say nothing. It's not for her to know. It's not for your business to be saying. So they wouldn't even tell me, even if I asked. They would always say they didn't know nothing, right? Well, eventually I would always find out that he would take the girls over there, or they would go whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill that men do. They take the other girl over and go tell him to pick him up, or they hang out at the outside of the house, whatever, you know, making out, whatever. So anyways, my ex-husband, this is the second time he cheated on me. We were together 10 years, married 8 years. So second time, like I said, he did it all the time. Like we would break up, you know, we'd be fighting a lot, whatever. And he would leave, stay at his grandparents' house. The third time I think he cheated, he ended up moving in with a girl. And so yeah. So anyways, he was living with the grandparents. At this time, I think he was seeing the boys, but not too much, maybe here and there. So anyways, we broke up about for 3 months, I believe, and he was cheating, he was doing his own thing, yada yada yada. So anyways, I was just like, I'm done. Like, this is the second time. I told him the first time I was done, I wanted a divorce. Second time he cheated. The first time he was like, I promise I'll never do it again. You know, the story that all men give us, all guys. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Take me back. Let's try to work things out. Let's do it for the kids, you know. Because he had a broken family. His parents were divorced. I never did. My parents were always married. And so I was like, okay, whatever. But before we get into that, oh, so this was the second time that he cheated. That's why I'm saying this. So, anyways, he moves out. Doesn't really like move out, but he takes his stuff. He says he's gonna stay with his grandparents for a while because he needs a break and has a lot to think about. So whatever. So he leaves and everything, and you know, I don't really have proof that he's cheating. And then all of a sudden, I don't know how or what happened, but I found out he was cheating on me. I think the kids went over there and they were telling me that he was taking him around the girl he was seeing. So that's how I knew he was dating some other girl. So, you know, I was like done this time. The first time I didn't cheat on him. The second time I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm getting a divorce. I started the process, started filing for a divorce. And I started going about my business and doing me and, you know, going out with guys or whatnot. So I started dating. These are the Lunar Beauty Mani MUA brushes. I think they're okay to my likings, but anyways, so I started cheating and whatever. But so my ex-husband used to think while we were separated, he could come home whenever he wanted to come have sex with me. Because he thought since we were married, no matter what he was doing out there and he was cheating, it was okay for him to come whenever he wanted and have sex with me because we were married. And I'm like, no, that doesn't fly. Like, we're not together. No. And so, yeah, he was like, yeah, you're still my wife. And I'm like, but yeah, you're cheating on me, like, with another girl. And we're, like, not living together. We're separated. And I'm filing for a divorce. Well, he thought all the time that he can just come up, whatever. And so he would come, whatever. And at the time, you know, the guys weren't there, whatever. I don't know, the guy that I was dating at the time. So he would come around like late at night, not too late, like, I don't know, maybe around dinner time, 6, 7-ish. I don't remember. I don't recall. It was a long time ago. This is about the second time he cheated on me. I don't even know. Don't remember. 12, 13 years ago. 14, I don't know. I don't know the exact dates or years. But anyways, so, you know, we had sex, we hung out, we cuddled, whatever. And then the next morning he would leave and do his business, like go back to his grandma's house. I would stay at the house and that was it, you know. So on this occasion, I was dating a Cuban. And so I started dating a Cuban. My cousin was there and we were hanging out and she was dating his friend. And I was dating this human and they were friends, so they were both at my house that night, and they ended up going out, I think, to the club. Well, he couldn't go out to the club, I don't think, because he was of age, or I don't know, he didn't have a license at the time, I don't really remember. But anyways, so we stood home, okay? So we're in my room, and you know, we're getting to business, you know, if you know what that means. So we're doing our thing, whatever, and all of a sudden, you know, we're finished or whatever, and I hear a knock on my door. Last time he had called, let me know he was coming by. This time I hear a knock on my door, and I'm like, oh flippin' fladoka scaliocious, what am I going to do? I'm like, I have this guy in my house. I don't know who's at the door, but I am thinking it's my ex-husband. Sure enough, y'all, it sure is. And I'm just like, I am just freaked out. I'm pooping my pants right now, okay? I'm just like in shock, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? You know, we're just laying in bed. We don't have clothes on, you know? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go see who it is. And I'm pretty positive it's my ex-husband. And so I tell him, put your clothes on. Here's my keys to my truck. I want you to book it out the back door, and I want you to get around when I let him in and go and get in my truck, and you take off and go home. Okay, that's what I tell him. Nose is itching. That's what I tell him. So anyways, he's knocking, still ringing the doorbell, whatever. So I finally get to the door, and the curtains, I guess, were kind of shut, and I opened the door, and there's a screen door, and he was talking to me from there, and he's telling me to let him in, and I'm like, why? So I'm acting like totally different, and I'm just like, why? And totally different, because like before, of course, I'm gonna go open the door and I'm gonna let him in. Well, this time I'm like, why? What do you need? Like, you know, we're not together. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you need. And he's like, you're my wife, open the door. I'm your husband. And I'm like, yeah, what does that mean? Does it mean nothing? We're separated. You're cheating on me. We don't have, like, you don't need to be here right now. You don't just randomly come to my house whenever you want. And he's like, yeah, I can, because I'm your husband, you know. I'm still your husband, you know, all that stuff. So I tell him, well, hold on, I gotta go to the restroom and I'll be right back so I can talk to you outside, I tell him. Well, okay, he's thinking, what's wrong with her, you know? And he's drunk, he had been drinking, I don't know what he'd been doing. Maybe he came from his girlfriend's house. I don't know, the girl he was with, hooking up with or whatnot, I don't know. So I go back to the room and I tell the guy, you're gonna leave right now. I just told him that I needed to use the restroom and I'm gonna go talk to him out in the truck. So I could see what he wants. So I left outside and I was like talking to him, and we're just like talking and whatnot, and he's like freaking out because like, why are you outside talking to me when I could be inside, you know, the house? And so I was like, just like, what do you want? Like, dude, like, we're not together. Like, what do you want? I don't understand what you want. And he's like, I just want to be here and just talk and, you know, whatever. And so he starts like to touch my leg and stuff. I don't have any, you know, underwear on. And so he like feels like I don't. And he was just like, just freaking out, but he didn't know nothing yet. So that's when I came back inside the house and I told the guy to leave, to book it now, because he's gonna come inside and I want him to book it out the door and leave. So, because I don't know what to tell this guy. I don't know what to do. He wants to come inside. So then he ends up starting to leave this way. The door's shut. I shut the door and everything. He's just like freaking out, like, why isn't she letting me in, you know, like she always does. Why, you know, this was his thoughts going through his mind. And so finally, the guy is leaving out the door to the back door of my old house, and he sees him through the curtain, and oh my gosh, he starts banging on my screen door. Let me in, I just seen an effing guy in your house. Let me in. And so I'm like, no, I'm not letting you in. I was like, you're gonna end up kicking his butt, and he's not nothing, like he's just a friend. My cousin was over here with her boyfriend, and they were gonna all go to the club together, and he couldn't go, so he stood behind because he lost his license, so he stood here with me. I'm like, this is not my boyfriend or anything. He's just one of the friends. That's the lie we ended up telling my ex-husband. So he's like, okay, I won't do anything. So like, he seemed like he believed me. And so he ends up coming inside, and he's just talking to us and everything. He's talking to him, and you know, we introduce each other, and he shakes his hand or whatnot. And don't forget, he's drunk. So he doesn't really know, like, it's not really registering, I guess you can say, to what's really going on. He believes our story. He believes that, you know, that it's my cousin's friend's friend, and so whatnot and whatever. And I was like, yeah, he couldn't go because he didn't have his license, so he ended up staying here. I was like, we're just kicking back, and then I seen that you pulled up here, and I was like freaking out, so I didn't know what to do, and I know how crazy you get, so I just told him to leave out the door so you wouldn't know that he was here. And so, because my ex-husband thought, like, you know, no matter if I'm cheating, no matter what I'm doing, like, it's okay for a man to cheat on his wife, but it's not okay for their wives to cheat on them because they feel like they're violated, you know? But it's okay for them. I don't know how to explain it. I hope you guys understand, because a lot of men think this way, you know? They think that it's okay for them to do whatever they want, but it's not okay for the wives to cheat on him or have sex with another guy, because that's just a no-no, you know? So anyways, I'm like, well, he needs to get home, so can we give him a ride to his house? And he's like, yeah, after I, you know, get done smoking my cannabis or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So he ends up finishing smoking his thing or whatever, and we get in the truck and we end up driving him to his house. So on the ride back, he's just like, are you really telling me the truth? Is he just, you know, your friend and he was just there hanging out? Or was this your boyfriend? Or this the guy that you've been hooking up with? And I'm like, no, not at all, you know. And so he was like, okay. So we come back home, we go to sleep. He wakes up in the morning and he's sober. You know, he slept it off, he's sober now. So now he's thinking straighter. He's like, I'm not no dummy. I'm not no dummy. So like I said, he wakes up, he's like, no, not no dummy. He's like, he's pretty pissed, you could tell. And he just keeps asking me if this was the dude I was with. Were we just having sex? Like, why wasn't my underwear on and all this stuff? And I'm just like, well, really, to be honest, like, it's none of your business. Like, you know, we're not together. We're separated. I'm in the process of getting a divorce. Like, it doesn't matter to you. It shouldn't matter to you anyways in the first place. I was like, and second of all, like, you know, you don't live here. You just think that you can come over here whenever you want to just have sex with me or do whatever you want just because we're still married. And it doesn't work like that, you know, like, I don't want to be doing that. We're not together. We're getting divorced. You left. You're not even living here anymore. Like, just doesn't even make sense. So I was like, no, he's just a friend. So anyways, he gets ready to leave and he asks me, he's like, please tell me the truth. Like, I'm gonna ask your cousin, and you think your cousin's not gonna rat on you? Your cousin's gonna say that this was just your friend? And that's when I looked down and I was like, she'll probably end up ratting me out or something, and then I'm screwed. So I ended up telling him, yeah, he was the Cuban that I was hooking up with, and we were dating for a while, and yeah, and that was that. So he was pissed because he was like, I came to our house, wanted to be with my wife, but my ex-wife is with the Cuban. You guys were just in bed, you guys just had sex, and I drove this mother home? Like, what? And I was like, well, the plan was for him to take off and you not see him and him go home. But you seen him through the curtain windows and you insisted to come inside. So yeah, that's how that all worked out. And I knew that you were gonna fight him no matter what. Even if I would have told you he was my boyfriend or I was hooking up with him, whatever, you would have still wanted to, because that's just how you are. So I didn't want to tell you. I don't think he should have gotten his butt beat or anybody fighting or anything, or him kicking your butt for any reason, because it shouldn't be possible, because we're dating, you're doing your thing, I'm doing me, like, you know? And so anyways, we ended up hanging out for our anniversary, I think, even though we were separated and whatnot. So after he got so upset because I was with the Cuban guy, he ended up, we're gonna end up going to our anniversary to some dinner from El Pintos, I think, or somewhere. And we were going, and that night he ended up going to his girlfriend's house, getting a hickey, and so his hickey was like all big. So when we got there, he started to hold my hand, and I was walking and I looked up and I noticed that he had a hickey on his neck. And I was like, I'm not paying and going with you on a date at no place to celebrate our anniversary. You could go screw yourself. And then that was that. He ended up, I made him go drop me off at his house, and that was it. And that was the end of that. But can you imagine, like, if I was in that situation, I don't know, I'd be like really freaked out, because like, you just coming back to your house, you want to go and, you know, make out with your wife or whatever because you're still married, and then you find another guy or another girl in your house. Like, what do you guys think you guys would do if you guys would catch your man but yet you're separated or whatever? How would that feel? Because I think it would just feel so weird, like, dang. And then you have to drive that person home. Like, I don't know. I think I would have been cool with it, because yeah, you already know that, you know, you're not together. He was cheating on me, and you know, all that stuff. So it was funny though, because I really liked the Cuban. He had a nice body. He was a good dancer. He was cool. I liked the way they talk, you know, their accent and stuff and how they talk. And so anyways, we ended up, I ended up filing for my divorce, but he ended up coming back and getting me from my sister's apartment and begging, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. You know, the whole routine. So we ended up getting back together back then, but we ended up finally getting a divorce, and I moved on because I did not want to be with someone like that. He cheated on me on the third time, and that's when I was done. I wasn't gonna take no more excuses of please, 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 I'm sorry, beg you, I'll never do it again. No. once was too much for me, and I was getting a divorce, and he begged me and bugged and practically cried that he was gonna change and he would never cheat on me again. And it happened the second time. So yeah. But it's considered, I guess, cheating because you're still married. But yet, I want to believe in my mind, and a lot of people would think like it wasn't really cheating because we were separated. We weren't living together. But in all reality, I guess, you know, it is considered cheating because I was married to him at the time. So yeah, and he was cheating on me as well. But that was my I got caught cheating video. I could just imagine like how it would really be if we were like not separated, you know, we're together and I got caught cheating on a machina. He would have ended up beating the crap out of the guy because his temper and his thinking, dang. I wasn't even like, we weren't together, we were separated, and he was still like all pissed off about it. But it was like I told him we weren't together, you know. I was moving on. I was getting a divorce. My papers were all filed and ready to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And what would you guys do if you guys caught your ex or whatever, or your husbands or boyfriends cheating on you? And let me know down in the comments too if you guys are enjoying these. And is it called cheating when you guys are still married but you guys are separated? I have just been so not in the mood to like create videos the past week or so. It's just like, I don't know, it's just a lot of, you know, I always used to hear these bigger beauty gurus always saying that they weren't feeling it, you know, a lot of people weren't really watching their videos and they would just feel like they just didn't feel like doing a video, and that's how I've been feeling lately. Like, you know, I know when I came back, it's like a lot of people, not very many views on my videos, so I was just like going through it, I guess, this week. And then I've been busy. We've been cleaning out our garage, our closets and stuff, so just been a hectic couple weeks. And then I lost some watch time hours because one of my video got copyrighted, so I'm gonna have to email YouTube and appeal it because I was just talking about how sober I've been of alcohol for like 8 years now, and that was in the video, and I don't understand why they ended up saying it was copyrighted. I have to check into that video, but yeah. So I was just like, should I make a video? Should I not? And then I was like, I better just make my video, you know, put it out there. And so I'm sharing my personal true experiences and things that have happened to me in my life. So I'm here sharing it with you, and I hope you guys enjoy it and whatnot. I have a few more videos that I want to share with you guys, that things have happened to me. Like, it's crazy. My life was crazy. But yeah, this one with me getting caught cheating was really crazy. Because like I said, it shouldn't even matter. Like, he was doing him. He was doing him. I was doing me. We were separated. We weren't living together, you know. He was cheating. You know, I started cheating because I was done. I was in the process of divorcing him. I was filling out the paper and everything. I just had to go take it back to her. And then that's when he came back, took me out of my sister's apartment and was like, I'll never do it again. No, 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 no. And I'm like, you already did. This is the second time already. Like, come on, dude. Let's just get a divorce and move on. But we have kids. Yeah, but you know, it's not good to just stay with each other because you got kids. They see things, you know. They hear things. You're fighting. You're not happy. You know, the kids sense all that. So when we finally ended up getting a divorce, it was really good. It was nice for us all. The kids had a hard time, but they ended up liking my husband now, and everything was really good. I wonder if my face is dry. I should have put moisture on again because I had to chisel up my face and shave it with some scissors because they were crazy. And I ended up getting my hair done, so if I look different to you, my hair, I ended up getting it like dark, oh no, light, medium brown, light brown, I think I told her, with some highlights, blonde highlights, but I don't think it's too blonde, but that's fine. I changed my hairdo. It was like dark color for a long time, so I was like, I need something done. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Like I said, I have a lot of some more and to share with you guys, and like I said, these are my experiences and things that happened to me as I was growing up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So anyways, I will catch you on the next one. Never forget, y'all, te amo muchísimo.